Alrighty, let's resume here. Whew. Again, don't want to complain about the heat, that it is warm. At least it's not raining. I was worried that it was going to, I guess even the weather forecasters have a hard time, like the forecasts are just all over the place. Okay, see that marker? This is for the logging stuff. The one, we got to go to 11. So we got 10 more kilometers to go. So again, in through cutting area here. So you can see lots of jack pines, guessing lots of nice sandy soil. You can see some more pieces of telegraph pole here. Again, if it was just a little bit of cloud, it'd make it easier to see inside the bush a little bit. Maybe some more is going to come. Like I said, once we get this way, maybe we'll get into this bank of cloud here. Just getting over cold. If you watch these hikes regularly, you know that basically end of September, beginning of October, I get sick every year. It's like clockwork. You could set your watch to it. So last year, it would have been this weekend I was sick. Because I remember the Friday I'd gone to Gunflint, and then the Thursday, Friday I hiked this line. Sorry, the Saturday, Sunday I hiked this line. Last weekend, this year was last weekend, and I went out on that scouting mission on Saturday, and I was not feeling good at all. I sucked it up, but I was sucking wind. I had it in my lungs and my nose was all stuffed up. Now it's just a little bit of a sniffly nose. That's about it. How's the dog doing? Hopefully she's okay. I'm doing all the work. Whew. So, there's another piece of telegraph pole. With this line, from what is now Thunder Bay, used to be Fort William. Oh, look, we're hitting the cloud. Perfect. From Fort William, Thunder Bay, to George, which is the station on the other side of Graham, we were climbing. And so you basically go from about 600 feet, which is the level of Lake Superior, to just over 1,600 feet. So there's about 1,000 feet of climb that's happening there. And once you hit George, you hit the height of land. So basically you hit the highest point of land, and so now we're kind of on the downward, but it just seems like in this section there's a little bit of undulation here, a little bit of up and down, because looks like we're kind of going up here a little bit. But in fact, like if you look at the stations, if you look from Graham, which used to originally called Knowlton, to Oscar, there is a downward trend. Next time we stop, or maybe, hey, why not? Let's catch my breath here for a second. So what's the downward here? Oh, of course I don't have it marked on this one. I have it marked on the other one, on the other sheet for Petrie. Dummy. Okay, we are going, I'll put it up on the screen. There is a downward thing from Graham to Oscar. Again, doesn't really look like it here. Maybe we might get some cloud here. The GPS says we've done 18.24 kilometers. Again, I forgot to start my watch at the same time, so the watch is a little bit behind. The watch does pick up when I walk around, so it's a little bit more accurate in terms of the total distance that I've moved around. Oh. Okay, so let's zip you ahead a little bit here. Just enjoy the scorching heat here of fall in northwestern Ontario. Okay, so a couple of things here. So first of all, blew right by a telegraph pole. Again, you can see the Aqua CD145s are missing off the top. And then there's a mark here because we have somewhere here, from here up there somewhere, not entirely sure where. Again, it's hard sometimes because the mileages don't match up right. So from 1923 to 1926, there was a 6-car spur connected at the east end, so connected on this side, belonging to the Fort William Ice and Fuel Company. And it was located at what would be roughly about milepost 74 on the Graham subdivision. Mileages were a little bit different back then. So the original line, milepost 103, but then again, there was a whole bunch of changes of the names and the starting point. So I think it's shown as 104.1 or 104.5 on the timetable. So again, it's somewhere in this neighborhood here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the timetables. Okay, so again, we're taking a look. There could be a possibility of something here, right? There's kind of a little bit of an open area here between the grade here and the side of the cutting. And it kind of looks like something on the other side too, right? There's a little bit of a space here as well. Again, it's really, really hard. I mean, you're talking about something that was here 100 years ago. So again, it could have been on either side of the grade. And again, it kind of ends somewhere up here, right? So it's, again, somewhere in this short little stretch here. It could be beyond those on either side as well. Again, I don't have any maps, right? So I'm trying to guesstimate the best that I can. And it's not always 100% accurate. Again, you could see that there's something kind of bumped out there, here. It could be on either side. All right, let's pause and we'll pick up again in a second. Okay, back at it. It is warm. Holy moly. So the only problem here is that when you get in the trees help a little bit at some spots with the sun, but then it also blocks the wind, and so you don't get that breeze as much. I can feel it a little bit now, but man, oh man, it's warm. And then see here, there's this big open area here. Speaking of the Fort William Ice and Fuel Company, there's this big open area here. You know, could this been the site of a camp? Right, I didn't go down there. I don't know if it's marshy or not, but it does look kind of very unusual. Sorry, while I stop here, wipe the sweat out of my eyes, with this big open area here. So it could be related somehow. All right, gotta get back onto the flat part of the road. All right. Whew. Just keep an eye out for anything I may have missed. Sometimes depends on which direction you go in, you will see some things sometimes that you may have missed going the other way. Now, just going back to that Ice and Fuel Company, there's a lake right there, and it looks like on the LiDAR image, it looks like there's a cut and there's a ridge on the east side of the lake, and it looks like there's been a cut made. So maybe it was a little tote road, you know, that could have been made, and they were getting getting the logs off the lake or dumping them on the lake, who knows. They might have been cutting on the other side of the lake and floating them across. There you can see the bottom end of a telegraph pole. You're going to see a lot more. I've got some of them marked, and some of them aren't marked. There's is that a partridge up there? Or just my eyes playing tricks on me. It might be just my eyes playing tricks on me. Again, you just go through these areas with all of these jack pines, all this sort of upland, sandy areas. Again, you would have seen, probably understood why they logged. And there's quite a number of logging operations all the way along here up to Quorn. Lots of little spurs. You can see up ahead, probably farther than we have to go, but it looks like some thunderheads up there. So we're on this side of the, it's kind of funny because there's all of this southerly flow, and the thunderstorms were all along. There was a line of them, of rain and thunderstorms all along the western boundary of that warm air. All right, let's zip you ahead a little bit here. Past, I don't know if there's a name for this lake. Lac de Déjeuner. This is Déjeuner breakfast. Bit of a strong southerly breeze here. That breeze is so nice though. So here it appears we've flattened out a bit. Notice that the biking all of a sudden got a little bit easier to do. We should be coming up on, I think that's it up there. We should be coming up on our next bridge momentarily. Yeah, there's the sign. Lots of little old and new logging roads here and there. You can see there's an old logging road going off that way. Okay, kilometer post 3. That means we got 8 more to go. My butt is sore. I'm not used to sitting on in the saddle for so long anymore. I've still been biking, but not as long as these bike rides take. So we're coming up to a cut here, just a very, very small in terms of length rock cut. It's mostly here on the north side. So it's not particularly high. It's maybe about 8 feet or so high. And here we're coming up to the bridge. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll hold up here and then we'll make our way across the bridge.